Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Downtime with Downstar, episode 125, and today we are sitting with Mark Ford. Mark, is it Mark Ford? Do you go by that, or what's the?
You know, I'm thinking about rebranding myself because a lot of people just can't get it. It's Ford, but it's like spelled different. It's with the 4 instead of the F. You know.
So when you have people like pronounce it, it's just Mark Ford.
Yeah, I'm thinking about changing it to like Mark 40.
40?
Yeah, because it's a 4 and then Ford.
That's pretty tight.
And D at the end, and it'd be like different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of people, I don't know what people tell me when they say this, but they say Mark Ford. That's a dope name, strong name. I'm like, the fuck? You know?
It's a strong. It's a manly name. I like that.
Like, what the fuck? Like, I hate this motherfucker, but you know.
It's good to have you back on the pod, man. We haven't had you back since episode 38.
38, man.
38. That was when we were trapping out the garage.
I know, man. Smoking mad blunts, getting all high, talking about budding.
Yeah. Right, I think we'll probably do the same this episode, minus the blunts, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been wanting to do an episode though where we just like
smoke out.
Yeah, dude. I was telling Mo yesterday because I really want to do that with somebody who I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
Not just like somebody that I'm kind of familiar with, and then have a real serious conversation.
Nah, I know that's all bad, man.
Yeah.
Unless you're just super comfortable, like Rogan. Man, he's a fuck goat.
Yeah, but you could tell the differences between he'll get like super smashed with some people, and then other ones he'll just be casually,
homies. And then he just shuts up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Lets them go nuts,
Yeah,
dude.
I know,
But I would like to have I've been telling Mo to get on the pod.
That'd be funny to watch y'all blow.
Mo's fucking crazy, dog.
That's dope. You got Hollow.
Yeah. Hollow was great, bro. Shout out to Hollow, man.
Yeah.
He's a hustler, bro.
He's a straight hustler, man.
Yeah.
Like he needs like a little like documentary or something.
Yeah, I'm
like
glad.
a Vice documentary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely, man. I'm glad that we got to get him in here to just like pick his brain a little bit. But it's just like that's what this platform is for people like Hollow, that people recognize that they're hustlers, but they don't give them that kind of light. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They don't give them that time until it gets to the time where they're like huge, and then everybody wants their attention.
It be like that sometimes.
All the time, dude. Even with us.
You can't take it personal.
Yeah.
You just gotta keep going, and the more you're smashing, the more people notice.
Yeah, definitely, man. So for the new listeners, can you give us a quick breakdown of who you are and what you do?
I guess the best way to describe me is creator. I used to paint with silence, and I used to make beats, in other words. Got into rapping. Right now what's bringing in a lot of checks for me is visuals.
Yeah.
So I'm still learning that because I haven't been recording maybe that long. Yeah, this is the Chaotic Eyeball, by the way.
Okay, got you.
That could pretty much turn anywhere into a studio. People have been saying that they've been on their tour buses and sounds perfectly crisp.
Sick.
Yeah,
Okay.
but a creator, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. I like that, dude. I like that you don't put yourself in a certain box, because although you do other things, it's like it all is just in the creative spectrum of things.
I think I'd be bummed if I just put myself in one box.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not even down on myself. It's just like I don't think that I look at myself excelling in one thing. I just have to just do different things, and it's like the more you do and you do things that you love, you actually get this big burst of creativity in another spot. You know what I mean? Like when I can't think of any bars or whatever, I'll think of concepts for videos, and or I edit videos, or I'll mix, or I'll make a beat real quick, and just that quick little spark inspires something else. And sometimes it's hard to stay on focus.
Yeah.
But you know, that's the part about being a creator. You know, you go with it because you're trying to capture lightning in a bottle. When you capture lightning in a bottle, then you won.
Dude, that's so fucking true, man, because when I have those creative sparks, dude, I don't want nobody to talk to me. I don't want the world to bug me, anything. Just let me get this shit out, because I feel like it's not even me. I feel like it's another entity that has entered me and is just like trying to get this shit out.
Not some Napoleon Hill shit, man.
Yeah.
It's like it's pretty crazy, but I feel exactly the same way. It's like, man, is this even me right now?
Yeah, right?
Is this is that what hip hop is? Is this like energy? If that's the case, man, that's crazy. And you know, they say that the universe is actually, you know, limitless. So there's multiple universes and different realms, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely.
So I mean, Who knows, man? Who knows?
You know, speaking of that, yesterday we were supposed to have a guy on the podcast. His name's Nick Hinton.
Yeah, I know. What happened?
And he had to reschedule because I guess he just moved. He seemed really cool. You know how you get that vibe where somebody just puts you off, and then the other vibe where it's like they just make it known like they feel bad and stuff. Mm-hmm. I'll take that. Whether it's true or not, it is what it is. But at least I have that respect, you know. So he said, dude, he just moved and he's not getting good signal. He's trying to figure out things, but we should be in a better spot by the end of the week. So we might bring it back on Friday.
Dope.
But the reason I wanted to have him on is because he posted something on Twitter and I just randomly ended up seeing it. And it said, what if the world really did end in 2012? And I was like, what the fuck is this? So what he does on Twitter, if you guys want to look him up, Nick Hinton, Hinton, is he makes threads, right? So the thread will be like something about some kind of conspiracy theory, like Antarctica. And under that is just a bunch of posts from him, like small little paragraphs or something. This guy said this and that, or whatever. Puts it together in a nice like package. Mm-hmm. So this one about the world ending in 2012 is it was like I think it was CERN. I don't know what they do, some shit with atoms or something like that. That's why I want to have him on, because he'll be able to explain it better. But they had this particle that was called the God particle, and if they were able to,
Sweden.
Yeah, if they were able to break it down or whatever, it can cause like a black hole, and
it's if you technically split it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So and then it'll just ruin the universe, like we'll fall in the black hole or whatever. And even some people like
and not really, because it's a micro-sized black hole, so it would dissipate before it. Like, I'm actually not an expert, but like I love like astronomy and just I would just get high. I would just ask my wife, like I would just get high and just fall asleep to it and wake up, watch it, and just watch it. I watch shit so much, man, that I'm kind of bored of it. I'm waiting on some new news. And there always is new news, but it's like, you know, I love astronomy, man.
Yeah. So what he was saying is that even some people like what's the guy with the computer that talked on the laptop, rest in peace.
Oh, Stephen
Hawking, and even
the guy Stephen Hawking.
Yeah. And even Neil deGrasse Tyson, they both believed this, that if this God particle did get split, that it could cause like catastrophe for our universe.
The thing about science is there's a lot of it could.
Yeah. It's all a bunch of theories and shit like that. But what he's saying is that when that did ended up happening, that it can supposedly ruin the universe in a split second. So what the theory is that what actually happened is that we all got switched over to the closest parallel universe that there is, and that's why the Mandela effect is around, and then that's why we remember things differently than history has down, and it's just that's kind of the explanation for it.
Yeah, I actually I have my own theory about this. Mm-hmm. I call it the old nigga theory. I think niggas just getting old, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I was trying to figure out a show or a movie. I think it was what the fuck was it? It was on Disney. I think it was Flight of the Aviator or something.
Okay.
And I ended up watching it, and in my head I remember this was gonna happen. I watched it and it was totally different from what I thought. So in theory, I just think we don't remember things, and our ego allows us to say, "Oh, fucking Mandela effect."
Yeah,
that's my personal opinion. But
yeah, no, I feel you, and that could make sense too, because we were talking about Joe Rogan. He says that all the time, that our memories aren't really accurate at all, and if somebody can plant something in your head and just keep repeating and repeating, that will change your memory right there.
It will, because remember the first. I can't speak for you because you're different. But you remember the first time you heard Young Thug and you saw him in a dress? Mm-hmm. Were you not attracted to him like that? Pause. But did you fuck with him off the strength when you first saw him and heard him?
That's funny you say that, because one problem that I do have is I'll prejudge music right off the bat.
Me too. So, and I had to stop doing that. I had to train my mind to do that.
My little sister, she has a great ear, and not for hip hop, but for like, emo, punk, alternative, and shit like that. So when she was coming up, when she was younger, she would listen to all that shit, and I was like, this is fucking garbage, and they turned out to be like my favorite bands,
It happens.
So I kind of feel like if there's something that I feel really passionate about off the bat, then I need to give myself time to let it cook, because that's a sign to me now. I've noticed it being a sign where, okay, I gotta let this roast a little bit because I might fuck with it. And that's what happened with Young Thug. When it came out, when Stoner came out, I was actually in Atlanta, and my buddy's trying to put me on.
No, what happened was is you saw the vibe that it caused.
Yeah, that's probably it, dude. When I heard how passionate the natives of Atlanta talked about it and saying, this is the next guy up, you got to listen to this, I'm like, it was a different light in me. But when I heard it before, I was like, what the fuck
is this?
What is this?
But when you see people relating to it and the energy involved in it, that's that other dimension shit you were just talking about. And me personally, when I first started out making beats, I hate this term now, but I was boom bap.
Yeah.
To me, that's just corny.
Yeah.
But like, I made like undergrounding sounding music or what strictly. But then I had friends all the way around the spectrum that were showing me different shit. Like before, can't believe I said this, but I didn't like Gucci Mane's music at all. I didn't like certain people. And then when I was actually in the life of doing things, when I was doing things younger, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Gucci Mane was fucking dope. Fucking I love Burner. I don't know how people say Burner doesn't have bars. And it's so crazy that he's in the position he is now, because I was bumping Burner when it was just him and Am Pacino doing mixtapes, and they were just out the trunk, man. And he's come so far. I think his net worth now is like 23 million.
Really?
He's a fucking G, man.
I fuck with Burner, and I don't even listen to one song of his, bro. I
That's
listened
crazy.
to one interview, and I was like, damn, I fuck with this dude.
Branding.
Yeah.
That's 100% branding, and he knows how to do it. Like, he didn't really make the strain for cookies like his homies did, and he branded that shit, and he's a part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's such a great businessman. So.
And I think a lot of that too, that goes over to my love for branding and marketing. And that's why I can accept a lot of these things that other people really can't accept, is because I see it from a different point of view, instead of just like, a hip hop point of view or something like that. I can hate somebody but respect them because of their branding and their marketing, such as like Lil Nas X. Like, if you ask me from a hip hop music point of view, I think that that's everything that's wrong with the culture of hip hop and of like the youth.
You think he's a culture vulture?
I think so, and I think he's a plant, and I think that he had some spark, but somebody saw something that they could market inside of him, just like Blueface. I feel the same exact way for him.
Blueface is different, and I'll tell you why. Because Blueface, for one, he had the game managers in his corner. Another reason is he actually put in the work, regardless if you like that fool or not. He actually went to different high schools, pulled up, and gave live performances right there. He caught a buzz that way. From there, the rest is all like the industry, man. Like, games manager has plugs.
Yeah.
Regardless if people don't like the opinions that he's saying on RIP Nip, I don't agree with those opinions at all. But at the same time, I get where he's coming from. It's just kind of clownish and disrespectful that he's doing it now. But games manager, back to the point, has some super plugs, and that's all you need, is you need to know somebody in the industry.
And that's what I'm saying. I think if Blueface was just going off of his strength, if Wack didn't see that marketing ability in him, I don't think he would be in the position he is in today. And that's me hating from a rapper, like a hip hop point of view. I'm admitting I'm hating on it, because I don't think that style should have light to it. I don't fuck with it, but it could be the old head shit in me too.
Okay. Do you fuck with Sugar Free?
I mean, I fuck with Sugar Free because of like just back in the day, but I don't fuck with them heavy.
Do you fuck with E40?
Same thing. It's that I understand what you mean, and I understand that style. And there's certain people that I'll fuck with, but it's like I don't check E40.
You know what's crazy as a kid, man, and this is like seventh grade or whatever, when we were in middle school. I remember No Limit being big, and I loved everybody on there because they sounded different, including Silk the Shocker.
Yeah.
And looking back on it, like, I could see what people were saying, but even when I go back to it in my mind, I still mumble along the track with him because like in my mind that was tight at that point. So I can't judge the kids off of being wrong. What you can say is that like shit, man, we don't even fucking I know personally I don't even like the cartoons nowadays.
Mm.
But it like who the fuck are we to say what kids should
I
like?
think from a hip hop point of view, I think we all have our own right to have our own opinion, but as far as like seeing
Plants.
somebody, yeah, plants, things like that. But as far as seeing somebody succeed, seeing their hard work turn into something, that they could be selling Post-its, and I'll still have the same respect for him. I have the utmost respect for Whack and Blueface for the product that what they created and what they've been able to do with that from a marketing business standpoint of view. My hip hop side of it has a totally different opinion on it, and that's like I said with Little Nas X. That's how I feel about him. I wish him the world of success, and like for a young kid to be able to like just blow up that quick and become a millionaire and hopefully transfer that over to his family and shit like that. That's awesome. But from a music point of view, it's just pimping the system. That's how I see it.
Hey man, if you ain't pimping the system, you doing something wrong, though.
I guess. And
here's the reason I say that is because the system is designed to have you fail. It's not just prison, it's the music industry, the TV industry especially, man. It's a network right here, and it's all about money. They don't give a fuck about the culture. They come to the culture because they saw profit in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to exploit it. So if they're exploiting it, if you could exploit it better and keep everything, then more power to you.
but I don't feel like he's getting everything. And this is just me from the outside looking in. I don't feel
I think Wax Eaton.
no, not Whack. I was saying little Nas X.
Oh, Nas.
We were talking about I want to get into that whole Whack, Nipsey, all that situation,
get
but
to that
I
later.
wanted to touch on the post that I did last night was about Young Thug. So how I feel about Young Thug is that he is gonna go down in history as one of the most influential artists of his time. So of his era when he came out, and dude, expected. I expected everybody to hate on it, but like there was only you and one other person that kind of got what I meant, and it's just it's so crazy to me that I don't know. Am I crazy, or do people just not listen to music at the same like with the same type of ear? And
What I realized, because like everywhere I go, they're like, "Wow, you could really spit. You don't hear that anymore." I'm like Soulja Boy, just
yeah,
like you don't get it. Like there's so much good music out there. It's just there isn't a platform to let it show. And with the radio, I feel before they were just more open to certain things. Now it's pretty much you have all these labels right here. They're giving essentially songs on the radio aren't even songs on the radio. Those are ads.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
They're paying you. You play this all fucking day. As far as anything getting up in there, you might get like here and there, but you don't get a flux of music or mix of music like you should. So that makes people go out and find it themselves, which people are lazy as fuck. They don't want to do shit. So like going back to what you had said earlier, you do something so many times, you'll end up fucking with it, or
Yeah.
you'll look at it differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's I don't know. I can see his influence on so many of the new artists to this day, and that's why I say like, the person who brings that influence, that new style, those new trends, those are like the pioneers, and then everybody else that branches off of them, that's dope, and everybody's doing their own thing. But that style and that wave was like introduced by somebody, and I feel like for the newer generation, that was Young Thug.
I'll take it further, and I will say that he's very influential, but I will say Future, and then if you want to take it back a little bit more, Kanye, 808s and Heartbreaks. I think that influenced a lot of people about autotune, including Future. T-Pain is as well, but
Yeah.
Future pretty much threw the drugs in it, and Thug kind of just tweaked it with his ad libs and everything. So I look at Thug as like a hip hop James Brown. You feel me? Because
Yeah.
I mean, you can't understand what James Brown's saying. You can't understand what Thug is saying.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes I used to think that too, but sometimes I'll just be fucking around and like look up lyrics, and you really get the bars once you look up the lyrics, and you're like, whoa,
well, dang, he's saying some shit. It might
he's
sound a
really
little
saying
stupid.
some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, to take it further than Thug, you have to lend a lot to the city of Atlanta, bro, because it's like, damn, if Atlanta wasn't around, the entire music industry would be totally different.
It would just be at a different frequency, and the reason it's been there for so long is because they support each other.
Yeah,
And a lot of people could be like, "Oh, well, it's whack." It was like they support the whack shit. Why aren't you doing that? You know what I mean? But
yeah. No, you're definitely right, and that's one thing that I've always heard is everybody in Atlanta, they all fuck with each other, help out each other, and
in Cali too, but it's only in the Bay. You know what I mean?
Really?
The Bay really fucks with the Bay, and it's got its own scene out there. You could actually be living all right in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Same with Houston. Houston has a good scene too.
Yeah, but as far as my ear goes, I think it goes a lot more towards Atlanta than anywhere else as of now.
Oh, they got the crown, definitely.
Even outside of California, like, to be honest, just to be from California, I don't really have that much passion in California hip hop as I once did. You know, in my earlier years, it's just things have changed a lot for me.
I felt like it was coming back with like all the new artists, and then Nipsey got killed, and I felt that took away a breath from everybody. And then you have people like I ain't even trying to start shit. You got people like Whack, like out here saying stuff when he doesn't need to be. Like, as a coach, we need to kind of like be together.
Yeah.
And I mean, his opinion is his opinion, but at the same time, I think that's just building conflict and destroying what Nip built, if anything. Like the respect level, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Nip like stop this shit, but at the same time, he was helping the community out when his death happened tragically. That brought like a lot of people together, which is crazy.
Yeah, it definitely did, but I really think that it doesn't surprise me, for one, for Whack, and for two, it's kind of like on brand for not only him but for the game as well. You know, I've always said that the game, it should have been the next Tupac for the West Coast.
It was Nip, man. It was fucking Nip. And that's why I think he was low key bummed about that. And then they're just taking shots now.
If you look at it, it should have been Game, because Game was before Nip. But
nah, I mean, he was doing the diss tracks and everything. But what killed it for Game is like his personality. I feel.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta know when to not talk.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about him. I said I hate everything about the Game besides his music. You know, the way that he acts. Mo and I were having this conversation yesterday, just to like the whole thing that was going down with him and Stitches. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was whack.
Yeah, it was like, bro, this fool has a problem with you. He came up by himself, pulled up on you, and you're supposed to be this blood, this gangster, this West Coast, you know, representative, and you're standing behind like 4 or 5 dudes, and
that's business though, because everybody's eating off a Game, right? Something happens to Game, what happens to everybody's paycheck?
But no, I understand that, but that, like, as I have to be able to separate that from the business to like the man to man disrespecting each other. You talking shit to me, I'm talking shit to you.
If you want to talk about like stuff that I think is super funny weird, look no further than when like Game actually diss Meek Mill. That was like the fucking diss track that was like the best diss track I heard in a long time. Mm-hmm. And then now he's all cool with him, free Meek Mill, this and that. And I get it, there are OGs behind there and everything, but it's just like, man, just stuff that he chooses to do is kind of weird.
Even take it back to West Side Story. I don't wear button-up shirts or drive Maybachs. When have you ever contributed a button-up shirt or Maybach to Ja Rule? Mo was saying this yesterday. He said Ja Rule doesn't even wear a shirt.
He doesn't at all.
Well, that didn't make sense at all. So he ducked the smoke from Jay for whatever reason. You know, he was in the studio and thought that this was going to be a bar. And more than likely, he was ahead of the whole viral marketing shit. And he knew that was going to be a big thing. But then he realized once he started getting deeper in the game that, I don't want to have this smoke with Jay-Z. kind of shit is that, bro? You know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And for him to actually put that on the album, that like interview with Ed Lover or whatever. Nah, I was talking to Ja. I got respect for Jay. No, what the fuck, dude? Nobody thought that you were talking. So it was like from the jump, dude. It was from the jump. Game was always doing funny stuff, and I really hope that he would have matured at least by now. Matured just like say Meek. Meek came in the same way.
But it's not my job to worry about another nigga.
Yeah.
So like in the end, his album, like I hate to say it because I really can't stand how he is. It's fucking fire, man.
His album is fucking fire, dude.
Yeah, I honestly wish that was like Nip's album and then Game was just featured because the beats were like perfect, like bars. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
it was great.
Too much time on the Game.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I can't hate on that, dude. That was a great album.
Can't hate at all, man.
But even the stuff that Wack was saying about Nip, I mean, if you're from the streets or you understand that culture, you have to understand where he's coming from.
No, he's right. And I told people this all the time. Like, if somebody calls you a snitch and you don't do anything, you're a snitch. You know what I'm saying? If there's no paperwork or anything and somebody's just playing with your name, like, people throw that out there all the time and think it's funny.
Yeah.
Like, in the streets, that'll get you killed. Like, obviously, that shit happened to Nip, but, you know, like, anywhere.
Yeah. So how do you... I understand that part of it, and that's kind of like undeniable from anybody who understands the streets. No matter how big you are in the rap community, no matter how much you do for the community.
Nah, there are people that don't get it, bro.
Yeah, it's that none of that shit matters at all when you're in that gang culture, or not even in gang culture. If somebody disrespects you and you feel that strongly disrespected, it's probably going to go down like that. And I'm sure that if Nip was around, rest in peace, if he was around, he would have not been surprised from that whole situation. He probably just felt like that dude was such a bitch that he ain't gonna do shit, and it happens.
Man, I get emotional for real. Like,
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be like that, but man, I remember that day vividly. I don't even want to go there, but
So I don't want to stick too much on it, but how do you feel about the whole the legendary conversation?
he's legendary. That's subjective.
Yeah.
you could be like, this is hip hop. What's to say somebody else is all like, this is hip hop?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's totally subjective. On the West Coast, he's undeniably a legend. So by the West Coast alone, he's a legend. You know what I'm saying? Wax, like, as far as I know, in the West Coast, Wack is the only person with that opinion that I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And this has been like almost going on a year. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Everybody on the West has nothing but praise to say. In the East Coast, for people that knew him, they're like, oh, I've been bumped Nip since 2009. Whoop-de-wop, he's definitely a legend. In the South, man, they have vigils, like big-ass vigils, thousands of people. Not just on the West Coast. That's on some legendary shit. You could say he didn't sell the numbers. Okay. How about fucking MC Hammer, I think, is a legend. But let's say Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice is a legend because we talking numbers, right? Blueface is a legend
I
we
would
talking numbers, right?
If we're talking Vanilla Ice, you got to give it to him, bro, for being like the first.
That's an industry plan if there was anything.
Really?
You don't think so?
I wasn't around at that time to like understand it at that level.
What's crazy is Vanilla Ice is still eating. I checked his net worth the other day. He's like a couple mil.
Yeah.
He's living good. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to him. What's it, like Rip Van Winkle or something? What's his name?
I have no idea, man. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that, dude. Is that a legendary is not like it can be you're a legend in the streets of Oxnard. You're a legend in the streets, you know.
Like, you ever heard of an urban legend? Like,
yeah.
That's the definition of Nipsey. You know what I'm saying? He's an urban legend.
Yeah. But I think to even bring up that subject, the only reason you would be doing it would be to cause controversy and to cause like a conversation that really doesn't need to happen, because you're the only one that's really putting out that information that he's not legendary, you know?
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to get a whole bunch of flack. If Nip isn't a legend, then neither is Biggie. Because Biggie only had one album out at the time.
I mean, if you want to be real about shit, that Biggie and Pac,
Pac's a legend.
For them both being in everybody's top 5, making the top 2 spot, or 2 out of the 5 spots unattainable already, I think that there's a conversation in that alone.
It's like more or less, I feel like Pac's aura about him. That's what like a hip hop artist is. That's why you look at him as one of the greats. But I seen somebody was like, they had a Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
And they had Biggie on there, and they had M, and they had Pac, and then they were all like filling the last slot. I was all like, first of all, I'd take M out. I would take Biggie out too, and I would put Kool G Rap there, because Kool G Rap is the pioneer for like gangster sound. And then I would put Rakim probably where M is. And then the fourth one would be a toss-up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you, dude. And for me, it's fluid. Like I can't sit on something and say this is how I'm gonna feel about it forever.
Same.
You know, so right now I'm
top fickle like a motherfucker.
My top 3 is,
I can't even do top 3s.
My top, and I'm gonna get shit for this, and I don't care, dude. This is what I fuck with, is Drake, Peep, and Thug. And those are my top 3
for right now or forever.
For right now, if that's who I fuck with.
All right, who's your forever?
Right now.
Like from the get go, because a lot of people, like even me, because like I ain't as old to go back like way in the 80s when hip hop started.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like they're the first people to do it.
Yeah.
Like there has to be like, there's levels to the shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like if you're gonna back on the subject of Nip, if you're gonna talk about legendary status, maybe there has to be a time window. But if there's a time window, then Biggie, he ain't a legend, and then Pac was in there for a while, but like was he like an icon for that long? Like Snoop's a legend, right?
Yeah.
Snoop's a legend. Dre's a legend. Who else? Like at that status that's been in the game, Too Short.
Yeah. It's kind of hard because they got their lives taken away from them, and who's to say that they wouldn't be on Law and Order? Who's to say? Nobody. Who's to say that they'll be on, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids on the Raft or whatever the fuck Ice Cube was on.
Fuck.
Like, who's to say? Yeah,
that
who's to
nigga
say
getting
that
his
shit?
money, man. I ain't even mad at him.
And no, I'm not either. But Pac was already on that road. He was already on that acting road. So who's to know if Pac would have stopped rapping in the next couple years? Because obviously he's going to be making more money off of movies than he would be music.
I think he would have been doing what Nip's doing, to be honest.
Yeah.
It would have been a different thing, and I think he would have got assassinated either way.
Yeah.
Because I felt he thought that probably nobody could touch him like that. He knew people could touch him, but he just didn't care. I think he would have just been out there with the people, and he would have just got popped by somebody, maybe the government.
Yeah. I feel that the whole top 5 conversation, everybody's looking for like the solid definition that everyone agrees on, and it's not going to happen, dude, because it's just like food. It just depends on everybody. Mm-hmm. I said Peep, and people could be listening and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? But they've never even heard him before. So it's like, you can't give me your opinion on something if you've never even, if you've never dove into that life. Because if you look at it, Peeps probably lived the same type of life that a lot of these other people have, but instead of gang banging, he was dealing with other kind of struggles. It's all a bunch of different struggles.
I feel like I kind of got karma for not making fun of or benefiting, but more or less taking, like, I was sad when X died. XXX.
Yeah.
And but people were saying he was a legend. I was all like, man, he's so young, like he ain't a legend. Then Nip died, and I was all like, I get it.
Yeah.
So I get it. So like, you don't know the impact that music has on people.
Definitely not.
Because
man.
I personally was right there for most of Nip's projects. Like I'm talking like maybe good 7 projects. You know what I'm saying? And I saw the elevation. Like his shit sounded like some projects sounded worse than like my mixing. And I'm not bigging myself up. I'm saying like we saw it from that point going up to where it was. Going up to like his debut album, which is crazy because it's just so much elevation,
But then if you go on the other spectrum of things like XXXTentacion, his first album was a fucking banger. Like everything that he came out with,
it was so unique.
It had such a cult following, bigger than like I wasn't around when Nip first came out, but if you want to put it on the same spectrum, if you say when this dude first came out, his first 3 years compared to X's first 3 years, X is legendary. just coming out the bat just like that. To be able to come out at that young of an age and
here's the thing though, and I could stop you at this real quick, and my bad to stop you.
No, you're good.
Technology changed.
Mm-hmm.
So if X would have came out when Nip came out, it probably would have been a little bit different, right? Because you would have needed more of a label push. Nip was at the forefront and at the perfect time when being independent was cool, because everybody was all like, you need a label, you need a label. Then people started doing, you remember when all the mixtapes were dropping on Dat Piff, this and that?
Yeah.
Nip was pimping that game and getting the revenue off of shows and merchandise, and he was really eating. That's how he made waves and met different people. Not only that, but his store and everything that he wanted to do there. Now, I feel it's too early to still talk about X because it's all speculation.
Mm-hmm.
But me personally, I still don't see him as a legend. He's a legend now because he's been immortalized by being killed, and people don't act like that's an issue. I know people that die every day; they're not legends. You know what I'm saying? That's still a big thing.
Yeah.
But I felt personally a lot of people just didn't know about Nip, and that's the reason that he wasn't. You got people like Wax saying that he wasn't a legend, but I feel he was a legend.
Yeah. I just feel not even a legend talk or anything like that. I just feel like the older generation, even our generation, they just don't give the respect to these younger kids and understand the position that they're in, and they're trying to get the younger kids to live by the culture and the life and the rules that they grew up in.
You know what that is? It's dogma, and a lot of people actually do that. Like, that's not just us. That's not just America. That's everywhere. You respect your elders. You know what I'm saying? Is what it is.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. But speaking of that, rest in peace to Juice WRLD, bro.
Yeah, that was sad, man.
Yeah, that's fucked up because I was just looking at, you follow academics?
No, I don't.
No?
At all, no.
Okay, that's where I get a lot of my news
Stop it,
from.
bro. Stop it.
Why don't you like Ak?
Man.
I know why you don't like Ak, but you don't see the value that he brings?
That's a definition of a culture vulture and a clown.
Yeah.
He'll say anything just to get views, to fill a certain situation. Like, that nigga's so up and down. Like, that nigga's a roller coaster, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I personally don't like him. And I was there when Budden was on there. And that's the reason I started watching that show. Not because of him. It was literally for Budden. But at the same time, I felt like they needed each other.
Yeah, no, definitely. And
because, too much Budden, I can't do too much Budden. Me, personally.
I could do fucking 6 hours a week, which I do already, dude.
Nah, not me, personally.
But Ak, that's the place where I go for all the news. He always has the news.
Yeah, but man, his take on it is like shit value.
I mean, you just got to take it for what it is. I could decipher all that. So the reason I say Ak is because he's the one that I saw that was putting up the Spotify the year in reviews for all the artists. Mm-hmm. So I didn't see anybody else doing it. I was seeing him, and he had a central place. Mm-hmm. So I was checking it, reading all the numbers. First one that surprised me was fucking 6ix9ine to have 1 billion streams, and he hasn't even done. He's been in jail all year.
He's still doing numbers. And
crazy.
You got to think like people don't get it. Like, we're going back to the kid conversation. Yeah. Like, my daughter, she's like a preteen, right? And she plays this game called Roblox.
Yeah.
They have music in there.
Yeah.
Lil Nas X is one of them, and she was just banging that Old Town Road over and over and over and over. That's getting streams of revenue right there. So with 6ix9ine, you gotta look. These are kids, right? Kids grow up and remember time. Like, you hear a song from back in the day, you're like, oh man, brings you back, right? Unfortunately, they got 6ix9ine for that shit.
Yeah.
So that's bringing them back. That's their memory. So people can hate on 6ix9ine all they want. That nigga's still gonna make a living.
He's killing it, dude. So I don't want to get distracted. 6ix9ine billion, so I'm reading everybody's breakdowns, what they're getting. Some are, close to 1 billion, 800, 900 million or whatever, So then I start seeing these. I think like Young Boy had like 1.5 billion. So I'm using this as a metric of what the kids are really listening to. When it came to Juice WRLD was the highest. It's 3 billion.
Here's the thing, man. Streams can be manipulated by a label.
No, I totally understand that, but you have to agree that all the other artists on there are playing the same game.
Yeah.
So,
But what is that saying? That's like on some, you know what? Let's just give everybody steroids. Is that what we doing?
but still, there's still gonna be the head person that the steroids work the best, that the biggest one, and that's what I'm trying to say is Juice World was the biggest artist out of all of his generation.
I mean, I think that's subjective because it's like, where are we getting these stats from? We're getting them from Spotify. Spotify has a collaboration with labels. So, is it true?
I mean, do you think that he didn't have a big as impact as he did?
I think it's irrelevant. I think that like R.I.P. him, and I think like he's great to who he was great to. That's the way I feel with music, man.
Yeah.
Like my opinion on him isn't even important, and I'm not saying that to hate or take anything away from him because like I listened to a couple of songs. I liked his vibe and everything. At the same time, it's like you can't really trust labels, man. Like anybody that's involved with like record labels, I kind of feel that you can't really hold that as weight.
Got you.
Me personally.
Yeah, no, I feel you. But yeah, it was just sad to see him. I mean, to me, I knew he was big because Christian, he's on my wife's Spotify. So then her year in review came, and it was just like Juice WRLD was the number one.
Damn.
And I'm like, damn, that's crazy because he's 12 years old. He's like in the heart of it right now, just like when we were 12 years old. What we were listening to, you know, like
But
Wu-Tang
we
and
didn't
shit
we didn't
like
have
that.
imagine we had Napster and we had phones. We had Napster on our beepers or some shit.
Dude.
You know what I'm saying?
I wish, bro. I wish I had Spotify when I was younger, dog.
But at the same time, I feel like people, because of that, don't respect the music. And it's like, I feel like I get the internet right now, but I almost wish sometimes you couldn't just look up things about certain people or certain things because the mystique actually builds character and makes you want to chase the music more.
But the artists could do that themselves, such as like The Weeknd.
Reverse marketing.
Yeah, The Weeknd. You know, when The Weeknd posts a fuzzy picture, the fucking world goes crazy. It's a conversation from one picture, and he just dropped like what, one album, 2-pack or some shit like that. And
I
it's
wasn't
just
feeling it personally.
I didn't listen to it because I'm not checking for The Weeknd.
I skimmed though.
like that.
I didn't really listen. You know, you got to be in a vibe, but I was all no, wine, no.
Yeah. So it's I mean, there's so many more tools out there. You don't have to go the traditional route. I understand like the traditional route or the route that's going right now with like marketing and being able to fub numbers and things like that. I understand all of that, but there's room for everybody to grow.
There really is, and I think like that's why I said me talking about the labels and the streams. That's irrelevant because in the end, are you eating? If you're eating, then you're good, man. Like I look at it as like you could try and just want to be number one. That's not healthy, man.
Yeah.
That's not healthy in anything, especially something that you can't control because you're basing this off of people's opinions. So if you're thinking this is the tightest shit in the world and you're putting your heart into it, people aren't fucking with it, that's going to fuck you up mentally, right?
Yep.
It's not a sport where you could actually lay a motherfucker out and be like, you know what? I'm the champ.
There's no points.
Yeah,
there's no Super Bowl.
There's no rules to this shit, so you got to be careful with what you take in.
Definitely. Even what the music industry, the quote unquote Super Bowl, the Grammys, like that's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Yeah, it is. I just think it's not important. You
Yeah.
know, if you get it, cool. Like I got 2 awards here in Ventura County, and at the same time, I'm not putting anything down on them because it's a great event. I appreciate them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, an award doesn't define you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like your fans, your body of work. Are you happy with your music? That's what defines you, I think.
Yeah. So let's get into it. What's your music looking like right now? Where is your music career at this very moment?
All over the fucking place, man. When Nip died, I'm not gonna lie, like I kind of felt almost like just stopping, and that sounds so fucking like weird. Pause.
Yeah.
But it's like I just felt like, man, he had done so much, and he was looked at so much, and somebody still killed him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was all like, that just taught me that no matter what, there's going to be somebody that hates you. And as far as my music right now, it's all over the place, man, because it's really hard to figure out a sound because I haven't really released any videos since like, I think it was like February. The last show that I did was in April, and that was for the Pursuit of Happiness Festival. Griselda was there. Fucking Reverie was there. Fucking Psycho Realm was there. Like, just a whole bunch of underground acts. That was the last show that I did. And then since then, I pretty much just been like stacking music, and doing video work. And right now, I'm going into next year. Next year is supposed to be a big release for me on my first vinyl pressing.
Sick.
Yeah, that's going to come out hopefully in March. But it takes like a couple months for the vinyl to get pressed. And I haven't turned in the master yet. Also got a project with my boy, The Crooked One. We got a joint collaboration project. And what's crazy is this year, when I was feeling all down and everything, randomly I had people come to my IG page, tell me my music's dope, and send me beats. And normally, like, when they send you beats, it's like a generic package and they want money. These people that I don't even know just sent me beats. One of them has my last name, so we might even be fucking slave cousins on some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy that he sent me beats and I vibed to him. We got a couple bangers on that. And next year's looking pretty good as far as music. But it's all over the place.
Yeah. So what is your what would you like your career to be like? Can you envisioned it in the future? What
it's
you would want
fucking
it to
hard,
be?
man. I just want to be able to live off of everything I do.
Gotcha.
So going back to what I said earlier, I just want to be a creator and get paid for different avenues. Because I look like, if you're, like Nip said it best, man, if you're relying on money or relying on music to pay your bills, you gonna feel a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like having a source of income and just being able to let the music flow naturally. If you're like, man, I need a hit.
Yeah.
That's gonna affect your music, and then you're not gonna do something that's genuine or what you feel is good. Me right now, since I ain't really worried about money, I'm doing what I like and what I would want to hear. You know what I mean? And that's different things, different tones, different vibes.
Who do you feel like your influences are?
I think influences is a way of saying copying. But like I just like anything that's dope, man. Like when I was younger, I really liked Necro's production.
Oh shit.
Yeah, OG Necro.
Fuck
He was dope as fuck. Nipsey, I really fuck with Nipsey's flow, like the marathon tapes, like how he didn't really say much, but the fact that you could say much and get chills. Like when I first heard it, like I got chills off of certain songs. Planet Asia, he's been a dope legend since fucking we were skating back in the day. Like he was in skate videos and everything, doing his thing.
Yeah.
Who else? Griselda's got the crown as far as underground right now.
Yeah.
There's another guy that's really, really dope. RJ Payne. He's dope as fuck. He signed a Black Soprano family under Benny the Butcher. But he's really dope. He's gonna get a lot of light. As far as like more underground artists, probably like Chewy. He's a cat from he's out in San Diego right now. But I got him on my album. He's really dope. He's dope as fuck. And as far as like people around here, just people that I know personally. Like there's so many. I don't even want to say names right now because I know so many like up and coming artists, and they're all fucking talented.
Got you.
Like all of them. And it's just crazy, man. It's crazy what marketing and a machine could do to like certain people, I feel.
Yeah. As far as local artists, you're probably the only one that I know. Like I really don't know much that's going on around here.
Come on, bro.
I'm serious.
Come on, bro.
I'm serious.
Anderson .Paak.
I mean, yeah.
Kyle.
Yeah, I mean Anderson .Paak, Kyle. Yeah,
Madlib.
but I mean I've never really
Metaphor.
fucked with Madlib.
Roxy. I keep going, man. Like there's
Put me on, dog.
I mean, there's so many people. I mean, I could, if I put you on, it's literally gonna be like so much music. Like you're probably just gonna skim through it.
I put me on to some shit that people that are really doing some good stuff from out of here, because everything that I hear is just always SA Fools Gone Wild rap.
You know, that's the thing now though. That shit is coming back in. Like not the SA thing, but the whole thing with the like the West Coast vibes. That's the new wave right now. And right now, the Slump Boys are in that lane.
Yeah.
And my boy Enzom, he's doing a lot of work with them. There's some other guy called The Surrealist. He's in LA now, but he's from out here. He's dope. My boy Crook, he's dope. There's a guy that was living out here. He's supposed to be moving back, Ilian Roswell. He's tight. Oxnard Pugs is dope. Big E's tight, but that's more along the lines of the OG vibe.
Yeah.
it's just a lot, man. What type of vibe are you looking for?
I just gotta skim through it, listen to it, and see if I fuck with it or not. You know, that's my taste for music is all over the place. You know,
Man, we got like the thing. Like I moved to Vegas for about 3 years, and the thing, like they got their great scene over there too, and it's bigger, so it's dope. But one thing I realized is and I don't even want to say it that way, but there's a lot of talent in this town that's relatively in a small space. Like with Vegas, it's over a bigger area. It's be like
Yeah.
combining Camarillo, Ventura, Oxnard, Port Hueneme, Fillmore, like combining all that into a city. Over here, you got a relatively small area, and you got so many dope motherfuckers in it. It's crazy.
so besides the ones that ultra blew up already, who's somebody that we should keep our ear to coming out of Oxnard?
Like I told you, Slum Boys.
Slump Boys?
They like out of Oxnard right now. They like probably like got the biggest buzz that I seen.
Yeah, they do have a buzz, man. I've been following them ever since you were talking about them
Yeah.
a few months back. It's been a while
Yeah.
already. I actually.
Oh, you know what? Who's dope too? This cat Demise.
Demise.
Yeah, I'm doing a video for him. But you know, when I do videos for people, sometimes I don't go into it thinking that it's gonna be a tight song. But he has dope music, man. It's on some of those vibes too. But he could spit. And he's a youngster. I think he's like 23 or something. So
Yeah.
he's dope.
Dope, man. So, I wanted to get into the videos that you've been making. You have a really good eye with creating videos.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it.
How did you get into actually creating videos and then getting to the point that you're at right now? Like, what was that journey like? Okay, everybody, we're gonna take a quick break for our sponsors, and we'll be back in 1 minute.
Yo, what's up, fool? Make sure you check out Downstar for all of your dress-up needs. Get it poppin' over here. We have all the kits for the K series, the B series, the transmission, the mounts, the engine, the Toro, baby. We have the hardware for the seats, for the stereo. We got it for the speakers. We got it for the lug nuts. We got it for the air valves. We got it for everything, dog. So you make sure you hit us up at downstarinc.com or you call us up, fool. You can even text us, lame, 818-937-3472. Just shoot us a text and tell us what's up, dog. I need some fucking balls in this bitch. Hit us up, downstaring.com. Hey, and if you got an Instagram, slide in our fucking DM at Downstar. Wait, hit up the homie, Frank_Downstar. He's the one that takes care of all the DMs. Hit that level up and shoot him a message, and he'll get you all taken care of real nicely.
It was crazy because he's my boy. But at the time, like I paid him to do a video, and he had a whole bunch of things that was going on in his life. He couldn't do the video. I was like, man, you know what? Forget this. I'm gonna just get my own camera. It was that simple. And you know, from back in high school, we used to fuck around a little bit with editing, but never really serious. I even took a class, video production class at Oxnard College.
Oh, really?
But I wasn't serious about it,
Yeah.
you know, like basic shit. And, you know, doing things that I was doing at the time where I had like extra money at the time. I got the camera, I got a computer, I got a new computer to make beats on. And I just started trying to like become a corporation in a sense that I'm doing everything, which I didn't know that was a double-edged sword because you do so much, you're going to go crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the time, just learning everything and making my own content, that's kind of how I got a buzz for myself because a lot of people didn't know that I was doing everything. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And the reason I was able to stay consistent is because I didn't have to pay anybody. I was just doing the shit myself. But since then, I've gotten more serious with video production, and more or less I'm trying to like turn that in, not trying. I turned it into an actual business. Me and my boy Aaron, it's called DMT Media Brothers. And essentially we do everything. We do commercials, quinceañeras, weddings, music videos predominantly right now, but we're trying to get into more things, real estate, things where there's real money in that we can actually turn this into a way that we live and, you know, not focus on a 9 to 5, because I don't want to have to go back to a 9 to 5. Right now it's working and I know anything could pop up.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you jump, and I jumped into this shit.
Fuck yeah, man. Congrats, dude.
Hey, thanks,
'Cause
brother.
it takes a lot to make that jump. you
Yeah,
know?
I know you know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And it's just, you have the product. You have it. And you just have to make sure that you keep everything else in line. But you have the eye, you have the product, and a lot of these videos that are coming out, the editing on it, it's really good. It's
Thank you.
something you could just see on WorldStar. Definitely.
You know, there's so many dope content creators and directors and videographers. What I realized, like, I was thinking the same thing, and I'm not down talking myself at all, but it's the same as like people talking about, oh, you actually rap. It's like they're video producers out here and videographers that do crazy shit that goes unnoticed. I'm gonna show you a video. I don't even know what it was. My boy Thesis, he's a rapper. He's in San Bernardino right now, but he shared a video from this dude, and it's so fucking dope. The concept is crazy.
Yeah.
But the video production behind that is next level, and it's basic as fuck.
Yeah.
But it's next level.
Yeah, and those are the ones that I love, man. You know, I do editing myself, so I can actually respect the work that goes into it, and I see like the tricks that they use and the transitions and things like that, and it's just like, damn, this is dope. Even the color correcting, and it's just to be able to have that concept and to put that out there. It takes a lot of work, and
It does.
and it's respected on not just like a music video level. It's just like on a creative, artistic level. I love it.
And I was saying this like a long time ago. I feel that with music, it's not going into music per se. It's more or less like you need the whole package. People need to see a video to vibe to a song, I feel.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have the video for it, like you can get fans, but at the same time, if you have a visual that's going to portray the feeling of the song, and then the video's tight, then I think you like it's hook sinker, you know?
Yeah, videos have definitely turned me on to songs that when I first heard them, I wasn't fucking with it.
Yeah.
But then you seen the visuals and you're like, oh damn.
Videos got me fucking with songs that I don't even like. Like
Yeah.
ASAP Forever. I didn't like that song personally, but the video is like one of the best videos. And so many people are just emulating what the tricks in there, you know?
I like the Lamborghini High.
Yeah, that was
That
dope
video
too.
is nuts.
I mean, it's a green screen in certain spots, and it's a etch filter. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So the uniqueness of it is dope, right? But it's simple.
And that's where a lot of like greatness comes out of,
Yeah.
you know? Even to what we do, like we're not rock scientists, bro. You know, it's just like we made something, and a lot of people always look at it and it's like, wow, that's not even that hard. I'm like, no, it's not hard, but it's like,
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
it's hard to get that idea, you know. It's hard to get that creativity, that lightning in a bottle, that spark, and just to make it come out, just like Sicko Mode. You
Yeah.
know, I fuck with that. Not only that video, that song, the 3 beats, everything together.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was all like, man, this is ingenious. I'm mad, though, that the intro isn't a song.
Yes.
I'm so mad because that threw me off. Like, when I first heard it, I'm all like, where the fuck the song go? Did I hit skip? You know what I'm saying? I kept going back. I was all like, oh, I fast forwarded because I was just trying to find that piece. But
That's how you know all these motherfuckers have so much music that they've never even released, dude. Imagine being able to
Maybe.
hear that.
maybe because, like, you got to think, man, like look at Nip. People are just doing different things. So the image might be that they do,
Yeah.
but maybe they don't, man.
Well, you might know from the, you know, being in the industry, I always hear people saying that they record, you know, 2 songs a day, 4 songs, 5 songs a day. Like,
What are the quality of those songs?
is that what it really is?
The thing is like you could record that many songs, but what are you going to put out?
Yeah.
You know, if you're putting out a song a day, then do what Russ did and just drop fucking songs. Boom, boom, boom. That's how he got popping on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Song a day, and they were all tight.
So what's your thought on Russ?
He's dope as fuck, man. I think people just don't like him because he's cocky. But honestly, man, if I was like Russ, I might be a little bit cocky too because like he built his own lane. People say he was a plant. I don't see any signs of that.
Yeah.
I feel that he's a producer. He mixes well. He's his own fucking platform. He sells out shows where there are no other people on the list. He's the headliner, and that's
Yeah.
it. That's hard as fuck. If you hate on that, you don't understand music.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how he handles his conflicts too. I think that's
That's funny, but you know,
dog, for everybody to be hating on Russ, to say Russ is a bitch, to have like the running joke that Russ is the butt of all the jokes, and then to see him press these fools and like,
I
that's
mean,
just
his
funny to
security
me.
pressing those fools. But
Either
still,
way, dog.
Yeah.
It's either your security or you're with your homies, you know?
No, I like I said, I really like I haven't seen. You know, sometimes like I think, all right, dog, it's too cocky, but who the fuck am I to tell him that? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's his success. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's the way we gotta look at it. That's why like I try and really separate it from like, let's say, whack or game. Like I don't know what the fuck their opinion is, and it's theirs, and they're in the position that they're at because the way they are. I'm not saying that's wrong or right, but it's like in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. It's
Bronx
their
style shit.
journey.
Nobody cares.
I feel like if I were to able to sacrifice like some of my morals and divert from, you know, the path that I'm on right now, I think that I could have a lot more success. But at what cost? You know, at the cost of me not being who I truly am, at the cost of like playing a character or
Missing
something
your
like
family.
that. Exactly. You know, I see even in the automotive industry, I see so many people that I see them succeeding so well, and I understand it from a marketing point of view, but I couldn't do that same thing to get that same amount of like growth.
I think the blessing that a lot of people have too, and this might be a scapegoat, but I feel like people are blessed sometimes with friends. And not just like friends, you know, you go smoke with, but friends that are talented, that see your vision and know the position to play. Because I feel like nobody in the world, no matter who you are, even Russ, everybody needs a team.
Mm-hmm.
You have people that doing stuff that you're not good at, that they're good at. So that way, as a force together, you're just steamrolling through everything.
Yeah.
If you try and do everything, you're going to go crazy. Not only that, something's going to suffer.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's the music, whether it's the business aspect, something's going to suffer. So I feel like, you know, some people are blessed with friends that help out and they turn into partners. And like Nipsey, like he had a partnership with his brother, Black Sam, a couple different other people. And, you know, they turned that thing into a movement. That wasn't all just Nipsey. Nipsey was the face. He was like the mascot. But that's everybody, you know? Like if you had actually gone down to the store and like Black Sam was over there all the time. You know, that's pretty much his store. You know, you see him with all the gold chains on. You like, damn, these motherfuckers are successful. They're in their hood, living it up, laughing, joking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're blessed because let's say that was just Nipsey. Would he have had the same success?
Yeah.
How much of his opinions were his opinions and not people around him? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you have a team around you or people that you can lean on?
Yeah and no. You know what I'm saying? There are people that you like my boy Crook, like my boy Josh Exlote.
Mm-hmm.
He's a producer. You know, I have different producers on the team, but as far as like people that could possibly help out with like getting things to fall in line with visuals, because I got a family of my own, so it's really hard. And like a lot of my friends have families too, so it's hard to really get people to coordinate and get together. But I feel like if I had more of that, then things would flow a lot more smoothly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot of waiting on my end.
Yeah. I feel you, dude. And I feel the same exact way. You know, us being 125 episodes into this and like 100% of the work being me, myself personally, and that's it. And it's hard. And I think if I had a team behind me, they could definitely get to a higher level quicker. But
It feels good though.
yeah, I mean, when it gets to that point, I'm going to feel a lot more satisfied, as I do with Downstar.
I feel I'm always throwing some
I like it.
pessimistic shit.
I
but
like it.
I feel like with every level that you take up, there's always some type of bullshit. So you might get to that point and you're all successful with this shit, and then all of a sudden you realize, damn, I gotta hire some people, but can you trust them?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like that already with Downstar. You know, Downstar could be at a
Now imagine you're
higher
at
level.
like a Joe Rogan level, and you're all like, fuck, I need help. But then, you know, you gotta trust people, and then that could cause a whole bunch of other problems.
Yeah.
There's always like different issues that we all go through that I think people in success don't show. And people just look up, oh, I want that. You don't know, like, this motherfucker had to fucking be away from his family for like 2 years on the road, facing jail time. you don't know what the fuck they're
Yeah.
having to go through. You feel me?
No, definitely, I feel that, dude, and I feel that it's hard to gain trust in, or to find somebody that's trustworthy.
It really is.
Somebody that will want to be part of the movement, but not want to be
The face.
of it.
Yeah.
You know, they understand their role, and it's hard, man. I've been down that road already with past people that have worked with me, you know, friends too that never even worked with me, but like I could tell that they were salty because before Downstar they were the man, you know, and then when
Damn, homie.
it's
In high school, you was the man.
it's like
homie.
that, bro. You know, and how I feel is just like, yo, this is my lane. This is I seen this lane and I seen this possibility, but that doesn't mean like other people can't come along and help. But just know your role. Just know we have things that got to get taken care of, and this is your responsibility to take care of this shit. You know,
100%. But a lot of people don't get that, man. And I think that, you know, it is what it is.
it is. And after so many of those interactions, I just realized I got to do this myself. If this is what I want, if this is what I want my life to be, I just got to do it myself. There's no complaining about it, no nothing. It would be nice to have the help from other people, but a lot of other stuff would be nice. And you just got to deal with the hands that you're
It's got to
dealt.
be organic, man.
Yeah, no,
Trying
definitely,
to force
man.
some shit to happen, and it's just going to be a problem.
I feel like as long as home base is good and taken care of, then everything else is just secondary, dude. As long as my wife, my son, you know, my immediate family, everything is good, that's all I'm really worried about. All this other shit is just, to be honest, it's just excess. You know, this podcast shit, skate shit, you know,
All of it.
it's all excess. You know, if I wanted to just treat Downstar like a job, you know, come in here Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and just not work on it outside of that time, it would still go. It wouldn't flourish, you know, but it would still be in the community. And me wanting to grow more, I have to deal with these growing pains.
Yeah, the branding, and you got to excel in all these different departments. I get it.
So you said before we were on air that you struggle with like social media.
I don't. Yeah, that's it exactly. I do struggle with it because it's a love and hate relationship. You need it, but at the same time, I feel like social media, especially the way it is now, is toxic. Because let's say maybe 15% of your audience actually sees what you post.
Yeah.
And it gets filtered, and you know, I have people that have liked shit from maybe last month or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just today.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about that is, like, if you're dropping a video or something, dropping new music, it just is what it is. And you really have to buy into the notion of ads, but you have to be great with the target marketing, and they've redefined that, and they're constantly changing it. So it's like, you look at it like it's a tool, but at the same time, if it doesn't work and you just spent money on it, you still need to be on it. That shit is toxic, so I hate it. But at the same time, it's great because you could actually reach new people and gain new fans that actually fuck with your music, that fuck with your product, that fuck with you.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've had people that I've met through social media that have added me from shows and stuff that still rock with me now. And those are, I look at my core fans more than people that know me out here in a local area. You feel me? Because they don't have to fuck with me, you know, but it's through that medium that they're fucking with me.
I feel you. That's why I was asking you that one time about that rapper, that Pause one. Because I went to that Griselda show and he was one of the openers out of fucking 30 of them. There was so many openers, bro. And we left before the show even began because it was already like 12 o'clock.
Everybody wanted to open up for Griselda because they got the crown right now.
Yeah. So he was one of the only rappers in there that kind of that had a real presence to me. Everybody else I wasn't really fucking with it. I don't know if it wasn't, the levels weren't right or whatever. It just didn't feel right.
I think a lot of people, and I can't say a lot of people because that's disrespectful, but I think the average amount of people that perform at rap shows don't know what the fuck they're doing.
It was apparent, you know, and he did. So that's why I'm saying after that show, I ended up following him, and I still follow him to this day.
Yeah, Pause is the homie.
Yeah.
He's down with the underground hip hop blog, and they post his shit on there a lot. So yeah.
And it's dope to and that's organic as it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe if I would have seen his stuff on social media, I wouldn't have gravitated towards it.
A lot of times we don't, man.
Yeah, so it's just hard, dude. It's hard to play the game, even on our end, dude. It's so hard to play it, and I'm always just trying to figure out new ways to do it. But I, year after year, dude, I think that our metrics is like the our year end review is like our Black Friday sale, and that's kind of what shows us our growth throughout the year, you know. And as long as like that's successful, along with some other metrics, you know, but it really doesn't matter much about what goes on in social media, which that stuff helps, but you know, if we don't get go viral on a post or something, it really,
That's what I'm
really
saying, man.
doesn't matter.
It's toxic, man.
it really is, dude. So what are some ways, some different creative ways that you've thought about to market yourself?
My new project is actually going to be a vinyl. So I feel like this is due to my core audience because they have something that they could hold. It's going to be a dope little cover. The vinyl is going to be designed, and it's going to be like a collector's item. And I feel like if you brand yourself in certain things, right now this is music being me, that, you know, and people are happy with, you know, the product, which is my vocals or my songs, my beat selection, all that stuff, that they'll really support that because it's like something that you could collect, that you could hold on to physically.
Yeah.
And I feel like with music, that's kind of coming back a little bit because I've seen people with like cassette tapes, and
I got some.
the cassette tapes actually turns into like a USB drive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen
oh,
that.
That's dope.
I've seen like just people selling different things and not CDs,
Yeah.
but you know, the music comes with it, and it's always a digital download or something.
Yeah.
But you want to give people that fuck with you, at least with music, like a visual, something they could see, that they could be wet over, something that they could physically hold and be like, this is dope, maybe hang it up, place it somewhere while they're bumping you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Hell yeah. I want to get a lot more into branding and your ideas on it, but let's go ahead and take a break right now.
All right, dope.
I'm gonna turn the fucking air off. I'm freezing.
Yeah, man, I was rubbing my fucking hands so down. Woo.
Let's put the timestamp real quick.
Hour
You gonna
14.
use the restroom?
No, I'm good.
Alright, cool. Yeah, this is a gift and a curse with this fucking AC, dog. That shit'll kick off.
Yeah, that shit's fucking cold as shit, man.
Hey, what up, baby? How's it going? Good. The packages should be at the pad. Okay. They weren't there when I left, but if you want to run and go pick them up. Okay. We're just taking a break real quick and then we're gonna jump back in. Okay. Thanks, baby. Yeah. And the black anode should be ready to go too. Okay, cool. Alright, baby. You good, doggy?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Oh yeah, it's a good combo, bro.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's more in tune than last time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's after you do something so many fucking times, you know,
Yeah, to get better
you
at
start
it.
to get a little better at it. All right, so back into it with the marketing side of things. Now, you were talking earlier about in the beginning about changing your name. Do you think that that's going to affect anything?
Yeah, I kind of don't want to do it because, like, here's the reasons I do and I don't. The cons is like, man, I built a lot through my name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The pros about it is it would give like a fresh new feel to people that haven't, and just my music in general. I feel like when you start off with something fresh, it's fresh. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So maybe because like, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. My music hasn't always been good, and people that were saying it was good at one point, maybe they thought it was good, but like,
Yeah.
man, it was really bad. You know what I'm saying? Looking back, the mixing, my delivery, lyrics were kind of always there, but like just overall, the package of it was just bad.
Yeah.
Now that I'm getting like at a level that I'm actually proud of, bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank
I
you.
just feel like, it's time for something new.
Got you.
And you can look at Snoop Dogg, like he's rebranded himself like how many times? I heard he's doing like a fucking lullaby album next.
My mom still calls him Snoop Doggy Dog, so.
That's what the fuck I'm saying though. Like just different brands, and with all those different brands, somebody's gonna relate to one of them.
Yeah, definitely. It's different chapters.
Uncle Snoop, Snoop Dogg, Snoop Doggy Dog, Snoop Lion, Gospel Snoop.
Slim Jim.
You know what? We can keep going on and on, dog. Like, Nemo Hose.
Do you feel like you've entered a new chapter in your life?
Yeah, they say like every 10 years, everything changes.
Yeah.
At least how you view the world.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was into that shit. Like when I moved back here, like a little bit into it, and it's just different because I'm with my girl and I was staying with her, and it was just different before we actually officially got our place where we're staying at now. But it's just really, I don't know. I think I'm just getting older, bro.
Yeah.
You don't look at the shit the same no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, speaking of Griselda and those guys, has that given you a new hope to like an older cats could still make it in this industry?
Yes and no, because like just because like Griselda's in that lane doesn't mean like not that I don't fuck with it, but that's not for me type shit, you feel me?
Yeah.
So at the same time, I'm looking like that's dope. They did it and they deserve it. But at the same time, my music isn't always super grimy. Sometimes my music is like turn up vibe. Like I don't like being in a box. I like doing what I do because a lot of times I make my own beats. So I might make a trap beat, boom, I'm gonna rap to it, and it's tight. And then I might make like something super mellow and it's tight, but it's my shit. And then get into some raw shit that's similar to Griselda, but like I'm not talking about what they're talking about. You feel me? I'm talking about my stories.
I just mean as far as older guys in the hip hop community to still be able to make such an impact.
Yeah, that the lane that they're on right now. I mean, that's super dope. That's super dope. And it is hope. Like, shit could happen with Shady or something like that. That'd be dope because I'd be like one of the only record companies I'd really want to sign to. But at the same time, you gotta look at paperwork, man, because record labels don't need you.
Yeah.
They need people that actually have an audience. So if you don't have like at least 100,000 followers that are really fucking with you, there's no reason to even bring you on. And if you do have that many fans or an audience, like why would you sign to a label?
Yeah. It sounds like the independent is, from the outside looking in, that sounds like the more ideal way to run your career if you have that following.
It's always good to have a machine. Like people talk shit about it. It's always good to have a machine behind you if you could strike the right deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So speaking of Shady, dude, let's get into M, bro. How do you feel about him actually responding to, or actually bringing up Nick Cannon in that song that he just released on Fat Joe's album?
I think cuz don't know what to talk about, so he has to bring up old like think about it, like that's an older relationship, and I got nothing but love for Eminem because he's a pioneer. I looked up to Eminem, and the reason I have good bars or whatever, I feel, it's because I looked up to people like Eminem, people that were really talented with putting words together.
Yeah.
At the same time, like if I was Nick Cannon, and I'm not saying this to disrespect M if M ever sees this shit, but it's like if I was Nick Cannon, I would have responded too. And the way he's doing it, it's only helping out Nick Cannon.
Yeah. You would have responded?
I would have responded. Like I probably would have tried to do it more, but I see what he's doing. He doesn't want people to just clown him, so he's bringing other people on the track.
I think the way that I was talking to Mo about this yesterday as well, the way that I would have approached it if I was Nick Cannon is I would have said the same thing. Like, look, dude, you're bringing up old ass shit. Like, you really need to get out more. You're talking about fucking Alyssa Milano and NSYNC and Britney Spears still. Like, that no one gives a fuck about none of that shit no more. Like go to a kickback or something, you know, go to somebody's record release party or something.
Because you're a fucking multimillionaire.
But
He's
you
like,
can.
He's like 200 million in the bank. You know what I'm saying?
Still, he can make it happen, dude. You know, you don't have to be that alien. Like, you don't have to be that person where you're just so disconnected from the culture. You don't have to be.
Like, for me, that's like just from an artist standpoint. And this is why, like, I'm not trying to be the best, even with rapping or anything. Like, I used to want to be.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel my shit is up there. Don't get me wrong. I feel I could compete with niggas. And if shit went down, I would have to. But, like, the pressure of that from an Eminem, like, he built his legacy off of being that nigga.
Yeah.
Pause. But, like, being that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, if he were to just lose that edge or just be around and not be an alien, I think his brand might suffer a little bit, or he feels that way. And it's like, you want to be that alien. Like you were talking about The Weeknd. Like, that's actually where you want to be. You want to be where you post a little bit and people fuck with you and interact. You don't want to have to post a lot. You know what I mean?
But don't you feel like he's already jeopardizing his status with a lot of the music that he's been coming out with?
It's irrelevant. He's a legend. It's irrelevant. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
You don't think that there's any? You can't put any asterisks next to legend. He's already reached that status.
Like what type of asterisks?
It's like beefing with Nick Cannon. This is stupid.
I mean, I like from an artist standpoint, I can't tell Eminem what to do.
Yeah.
From a fucking my bank account to his bank account, I can't tell that nigga what to do. From just like him being older, he's of an older age. I could tell him what to do, but like he's older than me. So if that's what he wants to do, he could do it. You know what I'm saying?
I guess. I mean, even the whole shit with MGK, I was just turned off of it. It's just dumb to me. You know, you're supposed to be that OG that everybody looks up to, that alien, that mysterious dude. And what MGK didn't even say, like all of that stuff could have been handled totally different. It could have been handled from M actually calling him and being like, yo, you know what, bro? Like, I respect what you're doing, but that's my daughter. Don't ever speak on her name.
Hey, the reverence, for me, like whenever, like, people are talking about M, like, I feel here and there what you're saying, and I have feelings about M, like, now and how he's rhyming, but the reverence that I have for him, like, I'll never put him down, like, on a public platform like that. I'll say that his last album, I didn't get it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I wish that he would go back to his older vibe, but that's like somebody telling me to go back to like the shit that I thought was whack that somebody else could have been like, oh, that's the shit, nigga. Why don't you do that no more? It's like, that shit's whack to me.
It's not necessarily that. It's more of like maybe playing it the way that Wayne does. You know, Wayne's doing...
Eminem ain't Wayne, though. You know what I'm saying? We're all our own people.
I'm just talking about this from a hip-hop fan point of view.
Okay.
When I see all this stuff go down and when I see him beefing with MGK and when I see MGK not leaving looking that bad, it kind of puts an asterisk next to M's name to me. Same. This is a more drastic situation, but the same as Kanye.
Okay. All right. I have a interjection for that. Mm-hmm. So you're saying to you it looks like there's an asterisk, right?
Yeah.
How many stands are there?
What do you mean?
Eminem stands. How many stands are there?
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot.
Okay, so you're at that level, let's say with Boat Boys, and you have your Boat Boy stands.
Yeah.
You're going to listen to the people talking shit about you, or you're going to listen to your stands?
I don't...
You don't see it?
No.
Okay. So let's say people are talking shit about your product. Like, oh, you used to have dope product. Your shit's whack now. But you have a ton more people fucking with you.
Yeah.
You gonna listen to them, the people that are fucking with you solid, your core, or you gonna listen to people that don't even really listen to you like that anyway?
Do you think that M's just listening to a lot of yes men?
I think he's really just, yeah. I think he's listening to his fans, bro. And it's like, in the end, if you're fucking with the direction you're going, and that's the way that your fans are wanting you to go, you're gonna fuck with that. Fuck what the haters are saying. If anything, we're haters, dog. You know what I mean? And, we just have to be like, it is what it is.
Yeah, you can still be a fan of someone and be critical of things, like just like we said with Game.
Yeah.
Still critical of them, and
Yeah, he could bar out.
yeah, and there's things that I wish that, but what I will say is on that Fat Joe song, M killed it. He did kill it.
I didn't
on
even
that.
hear it. I heard half of his album. I really liked it, man. When he was saying it was classic and he was going on everywhere doing like interviews, I didn't really want to believe it, but like that's a good album.
Who's
man.
that, Fat Joe?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
good-
album is
It's a
awesome.
good. I like the joint with Cardi.
Yeah, if
like
you guys haven't listened to it, listen to that shit.
That Mark Anthony sample. That's so dope how they flipped that. But
Yeah, I like M on that album and Wayne on that album as well. But I mentioned Kanye. Let's get into him. What are your thoughts about Ye?
I don't know, man. Like niggas be scamming every day, b. Like I don't know, man. Like I'm personally, I'm not really a big Kanye fan.
Never? You've never been?
I look back on it and I was on the hype of Kanye. Now as I'm older and I'll listen to him, I actually can see knowledge in between his rants. But like honestly, he reminds me too much of my brother. My brother's like an egotistical maniac.
Yeah.
And he's just all over the place, super emotional, and I hate that shit. And because of my brother, like I can't stand Kanye.
Yeah.
And I don't even know him because I've heard in person he's really calm and everything. When the camera's in front of him, he turns into a different person, and he's super emotional.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can't speak on another man that I don't know. But as far as his music, I know that a lot of bars that I liked were written by Sci-Hi the Prince, and that's his ghostwriter. So like I like Sci-Hi. Has Kanye ever dropped like a song that I fuck with? Yes. Like songs, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I held him a lot higher than it sounds like that you did. But
For influencing the culture, I will say that's probably the GOAT right now.
Really?
The culture?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Let's get into it.
Yeezys, fashion. How many cult following? Like he's like since this transition into like religion, he's a cult leader.
Yeah.
He's a cult leader in music.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Do you think he's going to like make a real cult? I feel like it's going towards that way, dude.
I feel like when they say Jesus in the song, in his head he's hearing Jesus. You know what I mean? Yeah, me.
Love me.
Just be quiet so the spirit of Kanye can influence me. you know, they're sharing his.
I mean, he's always been like that. He's always been just about himself, but it's just this new route that he's on is I'm not feeling it.
I don't know. I'm nobody to judge the man, but I just feel like a lot of stuff ain't for me, and there's nothing wrong with that because like if let's say if I was popping and Kanye didn't fuck with me, is that gonna stop me from like saying he cool or something like that? I don't know him like that, and I think that's how you judge a person. I can't say that sometimes he sounds crazy, but at the same time, for every crazy interview that he's had, I've sat there and watched it. So what does that say?
Did you watch the one with Charlemagne?
Yeah,
Where they're
Charlemagne, Big Boy.
in like the backyard or whatever. That was a good one, man. And it's the same thing. Sometimes I'll watch an interview with Kanye, and I get what he's trying to say, but then you see like the antics and shit, and it's just like, I don't know, man, because I know a lot of people that are really good at marketing, and when I see Kanye,
It's marketing.
it screams to me marketing. None of it screams genuine to me. All of it screams marketing, and he's a marketing genius.
It kind of does to me too, like everything, like even the ploy to the president, how his lady allegedly freed that girl from prison, but that was probably some other shit. It's all marketing, man. Like if anything, I bet you Kanye took a check somehow, or is gonna take a check, or he's benefiting from that. Like I like what bothers me sometimes is when people say Kanye is a music genius, even though he is and has produced some of my favorite beats of all time. Like what's that Common song? Anyway, he's produced some of the best beats of all times, and as far as musical genius, I have a problem with that because let's say it's somebody like Scott Storch. To me, that's a musical genius.
Yeah.
Like somebody like that, right? But as far as just a genius, he might be.
Yeah.
He might be a fucking genius.
Yeah, I don't take anything away from him, and I don't say that I don't think he's crazy. I think
I
what
think
it is.
geniuses are crazy sometimes.
I mean, it's probably perceived as being
Well,
crazy.
you can't
to
put thoughts together correctly. So
Yeah.
what's crazy? What's your definition of that?
Putting your whole body in silver paint.
You know what? I saw a meme that said he should fight CeeLo.
It bugs me though. It bugs me as a fan of his music because we haven't got anything good since The Life of Pablo, which was what,
You
2016.
didn't bump Jesus is King?
There's that one song, "Follow God."
Yeah, I think
that
it's
wi-
Follow God.
It's like number 3 or whatever with that hard ass beat, dude.
There's a lot of hard ass beats on there though.
I
It
mean,
wasn't
maybe,
Follow God. Hold on, let me. See. I gotta pull it up right now. It's not gonna fuck up the shit, is it?
No, I'll find it. Let me.
No,
wait
like
for
if
this.
like I play a little bit, it won't fuck it up.
No, because
Alright.
we're not on YouTube or anything like that. Here, I got it. Let me plug it in right here, real quick.
Yeah.
I'll let you go
Jesus
through
is
it.
King.
But
No, it's not Follow God. It's On God. I like
okay,
that
let me
song.
see.
I thought that was dope.
Do you like that?
It just reminds me of like 2006, 2005 Kanye. And it was like what how the beat built was dope. And the chorus, like, cause like somebody had mentioned the line that was in there. He was all, "That's why I charge the prices that I charge." But if you listen to the song, it's a tight song. And like me personally, I don't like Kanye.
Yeah.
But I could appreciate that. And there are other good songs on there. But Follow God was dope too.
Yeah.
But I felt that was more generic. I felt like that was a more personal song, On God.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my disdain for Kanye is winning over my love for him. So, you know, when I hear things, it's already with a negative ear. It's hard for me to just be neutral now, just because of how I feel like he's treated his fan base and the people that have supported him from the beginning. That's how I felt with M too. You know, when M comes out with a new album, I'm not excited. I'm more critical of it and just waiting for something good to come out of it. You know, and that could be my fault too. It could be that I'm listening to it the wrong way, but I'm a fan of music, dude. And I'm a fan, and I've seen so many people grow up and grow in this industry, and then to see that the way that they blossom, just like, you know, Ice-T, Ice Cube, I'm sure there's people that are, you know, a generation before us that see that and they're just like, what the fuck happened? You know, because that's not the person that they fell in love with.
Getting his fucking money. Like, you can't, like, if you have so much money, you always gonna risk it and bang. And let's be honest, I mean, I don't know who his friends were or like what he was involved in, but I mean, that I know of, he wasn't super banged out. You feel me? That was all the music. You feel me? I know that he went down to a record label with a baseball bat and fucked some shit up. But at the same time, man, like, he has money, he has kids, he has the same wife, which is, I think he doesn't get commended on him enough. And he's a director, which is something that I would love to be later on in life, doing crazy movies. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the movies that he's doing now, like, he's doing that. And you got to think about it. Like, Snoop, the reason he did the gospel album is because he says he wanted something for his grandma to be able to listen to.
Who's that, Snoop?
Yeah. What if Ice Cube just wanted something that his kids could watch?
Yeah. No, I'm not hating on Ice Cube or Ice-T where their careers went. They're flourishing right now,
Yeah.
you know, but that's not me as a music fan. Me as a music fan, like I said, I look at Kanye and everything where he's at right now, he's killing it. You know?
What's crazy is like, for the longest time, Ice Cube was on my like top 5 list.
Really?
Well, it's not recent Ice Cube.
Yeah.
It's like who he was, the image, but the image that he's painting now kind of, for me, disdains the music. That's fucked up, but it kind of does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But overall, man, like, people forget how much of an impact Cube had and how much he went in. Like, he was the game of that generation.
Yeah.
But not being a lame.
Yeah.
Like, he just had bars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he still does. It's just different.
No, what are your thoughts on Drake?
Legendary.
That's it, right? Yeah, I feel the same way, dude. Sometimes when I'll bring up Drake, you get that kind of response from that I was getting last night on Facebook.
Well, it's because shit is crammed down your throat, bro. So, like, if you want to take it that direction, because the shit's on the radio all the time, you're always hearing Drake because there's a label behind it. If you take that away, would he still hold weight as a legend? I don't know, man. It's really hard to even look back that far because think how many hits Drake has, and when you hear older songs, tell me that doesn't put a smile on your face where you remember you were at some place.
Fuck yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like, you can't really say anything bad. Like before, yeah, I would clown on him, but I mean, he's having the last laugh now, and eventually, if he keeps rapping, he's gonna take his L. He's gonna take it hard. But I mean, I feel like he's already taken L's and he's bowed out gracefully. Like he's smart, you know what I mean?
The whole Pusha T thing. I
got
guarantee.
destroyed.
Yeah, I bet you the census was that he wasn't going to be able to come back from that.
Well, it wasn't a Pusha T diss. He dissed Kanye.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was all Kanye, man.
yeah. Once it actually got broken down, I just think that him going after Pusha T, that was like real competition as opposed to like him and Meek going back and forth at it. But yeah, that whole diss, Pusha got a couple jabs, but the whole thing was about Ye. I wonder what's gonna happen with that in the future, if
Nothing, man.
anything.
Mob ties.
Yeah,
Jay Prince?
dude, what if they just fucking put a hit on Ye, dude?
They're not, man. It's like it's fucking with people's money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Different section, different people eat off of that. Like nobody's really trying to fuck somebody up that much. You know what I'm saying? 6ix9ine was still okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, speaking of that, dude, I have a lot of people saying that when 6ix9ine gets out of jail, that people are gonna be trying to murder him, and then I just think of it from like the smaller scale of it, like the guys that he got jammed up. How many of those dudes have hitters for them that are willing to go to jail for those guys?
It would have to be
do
somebody
something?
young, and it would, it's not much to like. People always think they can't get touched. Those are the people that get touched. Like, look at R.I.P. Nip. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I'm not even I don't even want to put that energy out there.
Yeah, definitely.
But like, I can't officially like fuck with him anymore just because like he did that. People are all like, oh, he's not about that life. Then why was he portraying it? He was using it. He was using that life to get on. Okay, you have to reap with what you sow. So he did all of that shit. So just because he wasn't from there, that takes it all away.
Yeah.
And the guy, one of the guys he indicted was somebody that he told to do some shit,
Yeah.
and then he told on him. So I get both sides though.
Yeah.
Like from his side, I totally see you not being loyal. I never thought you would be loyal to begin with.
Yeah.
That's on Shotty. Like that's Shotty's fuck up. You know what I'm saying? If anything, like 6ix9ine took Shotty on a ride
Yeah.
and just fuck with him. I really feel bad for Shotty, man.
I do, but I see it from the other side too. I don't know
See
if
it from
Shotty
both.
had the best intentions. I think that they saw a lick, you know?
Bro, any gang is gonna see a lick, bro. Like, it's a sad situation because he's a kid.
Yeah.
It's a sad situation because he's a kid, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. Do you think that he's still gonna come out and make music?
Yeah, and I think that he'll probably dude, you gotta think how many people are gonna be at his throat. Like, I don't think he's a dummy.
Yeah.
Like, just because he's in a situation like me, like if there was any situation closer to this where I'm like, fuck, how am I gonna do this in jail? Like, he probably got like 1 million or 1,000,001 ways already thought up to make some type of revenue, and his album is still good.
Yeah.
So like, he probably in there getting his Spotify numbers. He's like, oh, we good. like he's not affected at all. I think he's gonna flourish because there's a lot of
think
people
so.
out there that aren't from that situation. They could give a fuck. It's music. It's entertainment. What is 6ix9ine? He's entertaining.
Yeah.
I used to hate that fool, and then I ended up loving him because he would be doing this. The most fucked up funny thing that he did was he was in Chicago. No, I think he was in Chicago. He's at a hotel or something.
Yeah.
And he was talking to some dude in Chicago, and he was all like, "Pull up over here," and he was all, he was IGing him live, and he was all, "Pull up over here," and then 6ix9ine was just laughing. He was all, "Hey, bro, like whatever happened to those people that smoked your homies? Why don't you do them? You just picking on a rainbow haired kid, but you ain't smoked the people that smoked your homies." And he's just laughing, and this fool's getting all mad, and he's just laughing the whole time. I was all like, "Damn, that's kind of true."
Yeah.
Y'all ain't doing anything. So my whole aspect of him kind of changed when he did that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it's like Nip said, you're supposed to ignore clown shit. Like, you give people spotlight when they do clown shit, then, you know.
You're joining the circus, dude. And that's what I feel. So much shit happened, especially when the antics were when he was coming to the West Coast and all these guys trying to press him and shit. It's like,
Yeah, I think the labels had something to do with it too, because people forget he was signed to the same label as Trippie Redd.
yeah.
And they were beefing or whatever, and then just what happened, you know. He's a kid, man, so I just think they exploited a kid, and the kid was kind of dumb, just didn't think of the ramifications of it, and then it just is what it is type shit. But I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah, music's fucking crazy, man.
yeah, ignore clown shit. That's why I don't even talk about that Lizzo situation. That's so stupid, man.
Yeah. I was listening to Joe Budden podcast today, and they were talking about it, and it's just, there's so many times that things happen on social media that if somebody was right there to point out the things and to be like, look, this is why they're doing this is why this that, it would make a lot more sense, you know. But to just in that whole situation, it's just that situation happens all the time, every day, and you're just like, what the fuck? Why is this person even doing that? What is going on, you know?
And at the end, if it's working out for them, more power to them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I can't subscribe to that shit.
And that's kind of the reason why I can't really listen to Kanye. I just don't subscribe to a lot of shit.
It's getting to that point, dude. I got fucking duped on this last album, you know. They got me right there just waiting. When's it gonna come out? Oh, we're mixing one more song. What the fuck, dude? What kind of shit? What kind of show is this that you're putting on?
Imagine fucking being Kanye's engineer. That would suck. Probably wouldn't even be worth the paycheck.
Imagine
man.
being his wife, dude. Feel bad for Kim, dog.
But at the same time, you don't really know what's going on. So in the end, it's like irrelevant, man. We all got our own issues. I don't even think it's like even relevant.
If they put all that out there, this is our entertainment. This is what they're for.
Mm-hmm.
This is, no matter how much they get paid, no matter anything, this is our entertainment. They're our show. They're our characters.
Man.
Without us, they wouldn't be shit.
Well, it's not even us, because I don't subscribe to that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just people, man. And people are they like what they're fed.
Yeah.
You feed them the same shit over and over again over time. Like, let's look at, I'm not even going to mention any names, because, like, I just don't like talking about people like that. Let's just say, like, somebody that we used to, like, not like and then we like now.
Yeah.
That could be anybody, right? Over time, like, let's say they've been in the game for, like, 10 years. When they first came out, might have got some hate, stuck it out, still dropping hits. Over time, you respect them because they've been in there. They're part of the culture. You remember songs when they were popping early on that you, like, kind of remember being around, like maybe a kickback or something. Like, you grow into them. So that's all this shit is, man.
Yeah.
It's the long game. Marathon.
Hell yeah, dude. About podcasts, do you listen to podcasts?
I listen to Corey Holcomb, the 5150 Show, Joe Budden, yours, and Joe Rogan. I'm trying to think anybody else I really listen to. That's about it, man.
How often do you listen to the Joe Budden pod?
Just whenever there's like an interesting topic, I like to hear his take on it.
Oh, really?
But just all the time, like, I just can't do Joe all the time.
Yeah. What about Joe Rogan? Have you listened to any interesting episodes lately?
Yeah, he was talking to some guy that was actually out in the wilderness that lived out there, and it was like really good. Like he lives in Alaska, and he was saying just how it's dope and how he was coming out to Los Angeles, and Joe Rogan was all like, "You must hate it," and be like, "How people live here." He was like, "No," he was all like, "It's just different, but at the same time, it reminds me of why I'm in the wilderness, And then he was also saying that he needs, how did he say it, man? Because he doesn't have a refrigerator or something like that. Like, he has to kill something when he knows that it'll be cold outside and ants won't get to it. Like, I'm probably paraphrasing here, but like, it was just an interesting podcast.
Yeah. I like his too, man. He has so many different people from different walks of life, and really helps you give to get like a different perspective, and it helps the perspective as well when you hear these stories from shit people that I wouldn't even be interested in their hobby or their lifestyle or whatever they do, you know. I was telling somebody this the other day that I think it was Alex, that like this car stuff that we do, like this is our life, this is our culture, this is everything that we do, and for it not to mean anything to somebody else that's just like crazy to me. And you just think about like how many other hobbies are out there, how do other people spend their life, what do they actually do, what do they focus on, you know. And I'm always interested in what kind of other hobbies people have, other things that they're into that consume their lives.
And I think everybody is, and I think that's why podcasts are popping right now.
Yeah. So what kind of other stuff are you into besides music, making videos and beats?
Shit, man, fighting games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like, honestly, man, I haven't been able to find anything like skateboarding, and this is gonna sound corny as fuck, but fighting games is like high-speed chess. It's not really the game aspect. It could be fucking just like on some Pong shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's your muscle memory to pull off the combos, to be able to punish somebody's fuck up, and it's also like spacing.
Yeah.
Like, you're throwing stuff out there hoping that somebody tries to counter poke you so you can counter poke them. So it's all mind games.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's so addicting. It feels like skateboarding because like time could pass real fast, but at the same time you gotta watch that, at least for me, because I got a lot of things that I gotta do. Like, I'm supposed to be editing like 3 videos right now.
Yeah.
So like right after this, I gotta go home, edit for a little bit. I gotta pick my girl up from work, come back home, and finish all the videos. We got a new video dropping tomorrow with a homie that I met named Body Bag Ben. He has a project with this guy Ito, new crack era music. He's over there in Jersey, but he's got a different projects with 38 Spesh and Conway, different people, and he's on that new wave of like boom bap sounding shit, and he has a project, a vinyl with him. But I got a video or a feature that I did with Body Bag Ben. That shit's dropping tomorrow. I just want to let everybody know that.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And then you also got your show coming up.
Yep. So this is Rock Marciano. I'm gonna be opening up live for him. If you guys don't know who that is, that's pretty much think of like Griselda's sound. That's pretty much what a lot of people have mirrored their sound to sound like. Is Rock Marciano's the originator. He's on the Action Bronson podcast a lot with Alchemist and shit.
Oh, sick.
And he's one of the OGs. He makes his own beats. He's super talented. His vinyl sell very expensive overseas. He's a legend in the game. He was on Flip Mode Squad. But I'm gonna be opening up for him. Long story short,
He was on Flip Mode?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Flip Mode Squad.
Oh shit, dude, those were good days, bro.
It was just different.
You know, I was just thinking about Busta, and
I'm gonna let you finish right now. But imagine being from the '70s era of music, right?
yeah.
And then somebody just transports you to fucking woo-ha, woo-ha. That'd be on some Young Thug shit, right? Or something different that you probably wouldn't respect.
Yeah.
But for us as youngsters, we were like, this is the flyest shit ever.
Yeah,
But back to what you were saying.
I think that you're right. Young Thug would probably be on the same level as like a Busta, you know, in the same like
Just
Andre
different.
3000, like that, like different style. But just those earlier albums from Busta, some good shit, dude.
It really was, and I think it gets overlooked a lot. The production was crazy, like how he was getting off, like just the vibe. You had to be there, man. For a lot of hip hop, you really had to be there at the time to get the feel.
Yeah, I feel that about a lot of music, especially like things that the kids nowadays are missing out on, like Wu-Tang, earlier Jay and Nas and things like that.
It's a different generation though, man. It's like there are kids that listen to Wu, but it's like it's not the same because they're older, and it's just lingo's different. It's just not the same.
When Christian gets old enough, dude, I'm definitely gonna be putting on to some old ass hip hop
Some Wu-Tangs.
for sure.
Yeah.
Some
Sean P.
Cannabis. That first Cannabis album.
Yeah, Cannabis was cool, but like I was there when Cannabis pulled the Notebook out, so it's really hard for me. Like I give him another chance, but man, that was really hard for me to watch, bro.
What do you mean?
You don't know about the battle with Disaster?
Nah.
Oh man, I'm gonna let you look that up yourself. Just YouTube Disaster versus Cannabis,
Really?
and try and find the original video, and just watch it.
How much do you watch battle rap?
Not much, man. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite battle rapper though is Arsenal. Not the most technical when it comes to battle rapping. Daylight's dope. Loaded Lux is dope. Charlie Clips is dope. Who else is dope? It's pretty much the people that I like, man. Hollow the Dawn type.
How much do you fuck with Daylight?
He's dope as fuck, man. That's somebody you should have on the podcast. If
I would
anything.
love to, dude.
I mean, reach out to him.
I shot him a DM before, but you know how that shit is, dude.
I would be in his comments daily and just,
Let me pull up. Dude, I'll fucking drive out there and we can do this shit on his roof or some weird ass place, wherever you want to do it.
Nah, I really think he would have a lot of interesting things to say. And you want to talk about somebody being smart? He's really smart.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I just feel that he missed his lane. Like when you remember when Lil B, like if he would have been in kind of that lane at the time, instead of focusing so much on his battles, but the battles is why he has the rep he has now. But if he would have been more in that, he probably could have done a lot more and been like a figure, I feel like.
Yeah.
But
I think he's still on his way right now.
He is. It just sucks to see him like get slept on for so long because he's really talented.
Definitely. I think it was like last year or even earlier this year that he was coming out with a lot of music, and he's probably still coming out with it.
Yeah.
And what's so dope is that I don't even know if it's on streaming services. He was putting it off himself.
Well, that's what a lot of people are doing right now. Streaming, you don't get shit.
Yeah.
For everybody out there, Joe Rogan had interviewed. Was it the Black Stripes? I think it was.
Possibly. Yes.
Yeah. So though, I don't know anything about their music, but the stories that they told were just spot on, and I related 100% to them. But you don't get shit with streams. Like that's all. Like that's why when people are showing the streams that they got or whatever, it's like you don't really get anything, bro. You're getting robbed. You're getting like a couple thousand. I could get that out hustling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're getting that quarterly too. You're not getting that like at the end of every month. You get that every 3 months. So it's like I've made money off of music before, but like I said, I'm not focusing on that being the main thing. When you get into the position to be around like a big crowd or something, and you could gain a check from that or your merch, that's where you're getting the most benefit from. What was the subject we were on? I lost my train of thought.
I don't know, but that's a good subject to be on is merch. Have you ever done merch before?
Yeah, I tried out some shit called It Don't Be Like That, or It Be Like That sometimes. And a couple people got it, but not that many people were really like down to buy it. So I just kept it for myself. And then I saw a lot of people saying that. I was like, damn, I fucking missed out. Because like I know of, I was like, in this area, I was the first person to like really say that. But then,
It'd be like that sometimes,
Exactly. See, I'm just saying, like that could have been a catchphrase. If I would have been a character just saying that, maybe that could have popped. That just ain't me though.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to get my sway on, right? I ain't let you get out of here without some bars.
All right, cool. Let's pull
We
something
doing
up.
this?
Oh, yeah, we doing this.
Let me see. I got one for you, dog. I appreciate you coming, man. I know you're a hustler, dude, and I know that you got a lot of shit going on, dude. So I really, really appreciate your time.
Okay.
I've always thought you were super talented, man, and I wanted to have this platform for you to, spread your word out. We got listeners all over, man. So
Yeah, what's crazy is I would shout out my website, but what's so fucking weird, man, pull my website up real quick.
let me see.
Mark4.com. Tell me what pops up. And I still don't even know what to do because
Is it with a 4?
Yeah, with a 4.
Uh-huh.
.com.
Okay.
Just pull it up.
Oh,
Mark4.com.
you know how that shit goes when you need to fucking type something in a hurry, and then it doesn't ever come out.
Yeah, I think it did come out. It's just
Really?
it probably threw you off.
Hold on. Let me see. It's still up. What the fuck?
That's what I said.
Okay, so it's
Tell the people what you're saying, Frank.
Grand Lisoba Casino and a bunch of kanji symbols.
If you could make this like one of the preview clips or something, do this shit. Like, what the fuck happened to my website, bro?
Why is your
Show 'em. What the fuck?
what? Who's this guy that's
I
gonna be
have no-
performing at the casino?
It's some crazy fucking like Korean shit or something. Like, my shit got hacked. But what's crazy is I could still edit my page and I can still see it. But whenever you go to markford.com, it's that page.
Who's your host for your domain?
I think it was like GoDaddy or something.
Bro, you gotta reach out to them or something. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's because I do all this shit, right? So I made my own page and everything, but like I don't understand it like that. You feel me?
So guys, make sure you check him out on Instagram and not on markford.com.
Because you'll get some Korean barbecue or some shit.
Unless you want to know, bro, I don't even know what the fuck this is.
I don't either, man. But I don't get why they wanted Mark Ford. Like, maybe I was popping. Who knows?
You're popping in Korea, bro.
Hey.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Make sure we got the levels right.
Yeah, you want to be careful with that.
We got, oh, yeah.
Yeah, can we turn the beat up just a little bit?
Up.
All right, cool. Yeah, because, you said Joe Rogan doesn't really talk about bars that much, so we got to do it right here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I love Joe Rogan, too. Shout out to Joe Rogan.
They say that pussy rule the world, nigga. That's only if that pussy on a pedestal. Bass rock, cocaine, hitting like the treble low. Always chase new shit, never what y'all settle for. Break in, take shit, riding with my niggas in the city in that spaceship. Pro Tools made this, play the game, 8-bit. Donkey Kong flow got the people going ape shit. Pieces with the fills, niggas missing with the paint chips. Y'all niggas going on live with the work, dry snitching like the plaintiffs. Homicides in that city, son. Got it ooey wop for opposition, they alluding, Fuck a Gavin Newsom, nap 'em, bonk, Betty using one. Pistol grip, pump a pot of beef when they catch you snoozing. Smoking trees in the Cadillac, coughing in the Cadillac. Eyes catching cataracts, niggas using Facebook, posted with the Cali rant. Keyboard thugs, my gauntlet legend with the battle wax. 46 banana packs, touching Alabama maps. Pushing out the vinyl, that's what happens when you package crack. Niggas going blam on cats, then you gotta blam them back. To the judge, gavel snap, this the life, fathom that. Couldn't even begin to explain how you dealing with pain. Feels kinda strange when you looking for change, but I still found the recipe. The world keep on blessing me, my girl keep on stressing cause the visions I'm projecting. I do this for my sesame, tell my queen the best of me. I be rolling hard in life, no tabs of ecstasy. Yeah, for our nigga.
Bro, you got a fucking delivery, bro. I fuck with it, dude. I fuck with that. I fuck with your voice, man. I want to see you succeed, dude.
Yeah.
You know, if it's not gonna be in this rap, it's gonna be in video production or something creative, bro.
Something.
Cause you got it, bro. That
Just the creator.
I fuck with it, dude, and I could relate, dude. I could relate so much because all I want to do is just create, bro. Take money out of the equation, take everything out of the equation. All I want to do is just create some dope shit.
Just create, man. But life gets in the way sometimes, and it's like really difficult.
It definitely does, man. Well, I appreciate you being here with us today. Having these talks with me about music, because like I said, I never really get a chance to talk about it or to get like a different point of view on things.
Yeah, and I mean, everybody's gonna have their opinion on music, and I think in the end, shit's subjective as fuck, man. And it's like, are you making money from it? So like, I tend to just not care a lot of times. I'm like, oh, I have an opinion about it, but in the end, like, I fuck with pretty much everybody that's doing this that at a better position than me. Because that's what I'm looking up towards. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think if you don't, you're probably a hater. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if you're from Oxnard, you're more than likely a hater, dog. So shout out to all the haters out here.
There we go.
I like that. Who is that?
This is
Ignite?
Fitted Apparel.
Shout out to Fitted Apparel.
Yeah,
dude.
definitely. And IRE Apparel and The Gut is Cigar. The Gut is Cigar. The people that normally like book me for shows and stuff.
Oh, really?
Really good people. Yes.
Dope, man. I want to start fucking with a lot more people locally, dude. A lot of local clothing brands and things
The Gut
like
is
that.
Cigar. Jeffy Obvious, you should probably get him. And Iria, he doesn't like being on camera though. That's the thing. It's probably gonna be an issue.
That's what's up. Mark, thank you so much. I appreciate it, brother.
Hey.
Before we get out of here, can you tell everybody where they can find you at?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Mark Ford. That's MARK, then a 4 ORD. On Twitter, you can find me at 4 ORD20. And I think Tumblr, you can find me at 4 ORD20. Facebook, you can find me at Mark Ford. That's MARK 4 ORD period.
There you go, dog. And you got your show coming up on the 21st.
Yep, and we got some tickets for you right here.
Oh, shit. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Hell yeah.
U+1. And I wanted to do something with the audience, too. So if y'all still watching this and y'all want a ticket, tag me on my Instagram, follow me, and I'll be giving away 2 tickets.
Ooh, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. No, thank you for the platform.
No, of course, man, and thank you guys all for listening, man. 125 episodes in, and it just feels like we're getting started, man. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Hey.
But thank you guys for your time, and we out. Peace.
Hey.